To create this creepy Pennywise look with the sharp teeth and the buck teeth, I used Polymorph plastic. Now this stuff can be melted down in hot water. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube for this, but I had to make him 2 sets. The first set was this buck tooth, the innocent Pennywise, if there was one. First of all, I start off by melting down the plastic, putting a bit of red food colouring in with it, and then I press it up into my top teeth to make the tray. I then cut some polymorph plastic down while it was soft, remelted the tips of it, and then pressed that onto the tray. And I made these 2 buck teeth shape teeth for the front of it. And then I grabbed some more polymorph and I flattened that out and then pressed it alongside to make the side teeth. And then I just used tweezers to press in the indentations. To give the teeth some more form, I took this Bennye tooth colour in black and the brown decayed colour for the tops of the teeth. I just took the black between each of the tooth to define them and then run that yummy decayed look across the top of the teeth. After I finished, I put them back into my mouth to make sure they fit. Gorgeous! Now to make these sharp, evil Pennywise teeth, I did the exact same thing, so following the same steps, but this time I created like a long band of the polymorph plastic, flattened it out, and I cut little triangles out of it. And I was totally inspired by Elimacs FX. They've got a YouTube channel. They are fantastic for this kind of stuff. After I made the little triangles, I melted the tips of them and then pressed them up over the tray, and this helps stick them to the gum. I lost a bit of red colouring through the gums with this, but I didn't mind the pale, sickly kind of look either. And be careful because this shit is actually really sharp. Like, I mean, you could actually bite someone with these and it would cause some damage. So keep that in mind. And yep, they fit. They were a little bit tight, but they fit, and they cleared my bottom lip, which is perfect. I just chucked on this cheap bald cap. It was a pain in the ass. It didn't fit. I couldn't put the stuffing up inside it, so I had to do all of my stuffing over the top. I'm using Prozaid to glue down the edges of that. And yeah, there was no point trimming it since there was hardly any fucking bald cap to begin with. I then took some liquid latex and some cotton rounds and I built his big ass forehead on top of the bald cap, smoothing it out as I went. This part was probably the most time consuming just to get that dome bit right. And still at the end, it doesn't look too great, but after all the detailing work's done, it ended up looking okay. I mixed in some baby powder into my latex to make it thicker so I could ramp that down onto my skin, and then I powdered that with baby powder before I applied any colour. And then I realised I had to apply more latex anyway, so I'm just creating his furrowed brow. So I just took a cotton round. I was relying on that nice rounded edge to do all the work for me. And then I took that over my eyes just to create like the eyebrow shape. I then took a white cream paint from Mehron and I painted the entire head area and my face. I got a bit fancy and took a white hairspray colour that did fuck all anyway, so I had to paint it anyway, so don't bother with the white hairspray, guys, unless it's like good quality. And the splatter.
It's just 2.
I put it too close.
You're just trying to get little specks?
Yeah.
And you just fucking blasted your
Fuck!
fucking idiot.
This splatter brush was bloody awesome when I figured out how to use it. Just don't be too close or you get that big black spot right in the centre of your forehead. I ended up fixing that with a bit of paint and some white cream paint because the top of his head looks a little bit dark and textured anyway, so it actually worked out pretty damn good. I then took this cheap ass wig that I got from the op shop.
Do I look like Demi Moore on G.I. Jane? This is actually quite therapeutic. Yeah. Me the day before your wedding. Having a fucking breakdown. Fuck, I'll be spewing if my real hair fell out the ball cap just now.
After I trimmed the wig to the last inch of its life, I then sprayed it with an orange and red hair colour spray. I went outside to do this, obviously didn't want to gas out my best friend next to me. And then I created that devil's peak with a bit of extra hair and latex. And then I drew in the cracks with a water activated paint on a thin brush. I then painted in his eyebrows and defined that furrowed brow area with some black body paint on a thin brush, and then drew in some little crow's feet. I did paint in some expression lines on his nose, but there was no point at all since I painted over that anyway, and I just amplified that little furrow in his brow and then just did a messy ass smoky eye, and this doesn't matter at all. I used a red water activated paint for his nose, and I wanted to make it wider than normal, so I took the nostrils out way past my own, and then I corrected the contour to make my nose look wider and to match up with the actual nostrils. I then did some smile lines with some black eyeshadow, and yep, did the lips again with the same water activated paint. After I'd finished the lips, I went in with his signature 2017 Pennywise lines through the eyes. Obviously have a reference picture for this, but it's pretty simple. I then outlined the lines and the lips with the black water activated paint just to make them stand out and make them also a little bit darker. Oh my god, can you guys hear those fucking birds in the background? Yeah, they're our birds and they will not shut up. Apologies. And when that was finished, I checked how the teeth looked with the look, and I reckon that these actually brought it to life. Really made the look complete and creepy as fuck. And then I applied some blood to the corners of my mouth and used that same splatter brush with some red body paint to make it look like he's just chewed on a kid. And I took that white paint down my neck, chucked on a rolled tablecloth around my neck because I'm basic, and that is it. Blew up a red balloon. I lost a lot of footage for the ending part. I did some acting for y'all, but it got deleted somewhere. So if you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Okay, see you guys.